A ex-chief of the civilian facility announces his leaving as president of a main London clinic and attacks by the government's processing of the NHS. Regulators say the clinic has the lowest finance productivity in the facility and is header for specific measures. They are various sides of the identical history in the newest twist to the length-running story of the policy of the NHS in England. So was Lord Kerslake resigning on a spot of concept since of insufficient financing of the NHS? Or was he bouncing up? He was spurred by regulators. In a fun kind of path, both of could be real. He added how by the government and the controller were realistic on the challenges cladding the confidence and the NHS. A representative for the controller, NHS Enhancement, NHSI, told the finance productivity of TSARS was inappropriate and yet worsening. Setting the clinic in finance-specific measures was creature deliberate. But by Monday lunchtime the judgment was done and TSARS was in specific measures. In a representative proverb, it was not reasonable for organizations to run up such a considerable deficits. A budgeting deficiency of £38 million for 2017-18 had been coordinated in the TSARS executive board. That had jumped to £70 million by October and later £92 million recent 1 week. Long discussions among NHSI and TSARS control achieved a chief recent Friday. It's understood Baroness Harding, who chairs NHSI, met Lord Kerslake. He was leftward in no question how the controller was disappointed in the absence of advance on the finance and how specific measures were creature severely deliberate. It's understood Lord Kerslake was as well alerted how they might influence his own stance, but no official procedure to abandon was given. Where was no proposal how NHSI was prepared to hit the key on specific measures on Monday. Lord Kerslake outwardly deliberate his options above the weekend. He may so include been aware how his confidence was set to go by assault of the ex-head execution of NHSI Jim McKee. In an interviewing in Public Health Facility magazine due out on Monday, Mr. McKee told he was disappointed in TSARS since it hasn't hit a solitary quantity how they've put to us in the 2 years I've been implicated in NHSI. Such numbers, he told, were enormous. Lord Kerslake done his judgment to go and show it on Saturday, expressive the trustee where were basic problems in the way the NHS was underfunded and we desperate requirement a basic reconsider. Whitehall source meantime were figure focused to the finance distress of the clinic and the probability of regulating intervene. NHSI did not expect length to officially apply specific measures at TSARS. Elder figures at TSARS include been profitable homage to Lord Kerslake. They recognize mistakes in finance control consisting the installation of a budgeting for the year how was too upbeat. They spot to the absorption in 2013 of Duchess King College Clinic, PRUH, in Bromley, that had superimposed a greater finance load rather than expected. Productivity in patient thoroughness, they claim, had superior at PRUH but they had go at a price. The Justice of Governor Corps at TSARS, presenting society interests, is understood to be concerned on the specific measures mode. NHS enhancement will now put officials in the clinic to assist finance control. TSARS may include created several of its own problems, and Lord Kerslake will include to get his stake of liability. But his comments on the broad difficult situation for the NHS include step real among largest leaders in the public health framework. TSARS now joins Bart's Public Health, consisting King London, in specific measures. Both of were wide praised for his answer to the London terrorism attacks and the fast answer of personnel named in as portion of disaster plans. They are planet-renowned hospitals in top-class personnel, but regulators obviously sense they are in requirement of finance at first assistance.